Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye has friends. No, really, Jeff has friends. Jeff's friends are on this podcast. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship. Jeff Dye's friendship.
Friendship.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Jeff Dye's Friendship Podcast, the #1 friendship podcast on Earth and on all things comedy and iTunes. And I think I kind of covered it with just Earth. It's good to see you guys back here. We're super happy to have you back. Thanks for all the kind comments and about Akbar Jajabuja Malamilu and the San Diego Chicken. Those were very fun episodes. This week, episode 95, The Prodigal Son Has Returned. One of my best friends in the world, one of the funniest people on planet Earth, Aaron Michael Marsh. If you don't know who he is, look through a bunch of old photos on my Instagram or Facebook. You're going to see this creep. We have all the same interests. We love wrestling. We love funny things on the internet. We love dogs. We love baseball. We love comedy. We have all the same interests. He's one of the greatest people ever. You guys are going to love him. Some of you might already even know him, and that'll be fun too. He is fresh off of us getting back together, you know, where we're back in it, back in friend zone, which is the whole point of this podcast. Anyways, you guys are going to love them. We got a lot of new subscribers this week on Patreon, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. That helps a lot. If you guys want to watch these episodes and get free tickets to all my stand-up comedy shows and access to message me and text me and things like that anytime you want, go to patreon.com/JeffDye. Subscribe. It's $10 a month. You get all that stuff that I just named. Also, we're going to be putting a lot more with more subscribers. We'll be able to put up a lot more better content, and we appreciate you guys. And I've said this for the last few weeks, but we're aware that $10 a month is a lot for what you're getting, but it's you investing on the ground level, and we really appreciate it. And the more we get, the better we can make that content, and the more content we can make. So it's $10 a month, but you're really helping, and we do appreciate it. So thank you guys so much. If you're just listening on iTunes or Podbean or wherever you get your podcast, subscribe, rate, review. That's free. So we would appreciate that a lot. Maybe tell someone, maybe share it. You guys have been so awesome and so faithful to us, and we can't thank you enough. Without further ado, episode 95, Aaron Michael Marsh. Enjoy. And just like that, we're in it. Episode 95, The Prodigal Son Has Returned. Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you how excited I am to say.
I feel like I should play like the start like.
I don't know what music that is. Is that from the Bible? I don't remember the music from the Bible. You're taking Bub's attention off it. And you also ruined Aaron's introduction.
I was giving him Star Wars music.
Aaron Marsh! Yes!
That's right.
So happy to have you. What's up, brother?
Thank you. How you doing? Doing good. I listen to Star Wars music, apparently. I enter every room to Star Wars music. I thought it was going to be John Cena at first when you were like, wait, stop.
That'd have been good. That'd have made sense.
Whatever the fuck is.
I would put that in if we weren't going to get claimed by WWE. Like,
oh yeah, we tried to put in a clip on the the San Diego Chicken episode where Pete Rose comes out in the San Diego Chicken costume and attacks Kane.
Got blocked real fast.
And then it got immediately blocked, like it flagged the whole episode. So we just took it out and put it on the internet.
Oh wow.
Because they're strict about that stuff.
Yeah, they want their muns.
It's weird. Like I can post anything on Instagram and it works unless it's like a song and then they notice within a tenth of a second.
But some people will say like, hey, that like Nintendo, they're because I do video game stuff on YouTube, they're really fuckboys about it. They're like, hey, that's our stuff. They still let you post it, but you can't monetize it. But then they get to put ads on your video
for free for their
Nintendo music.
So, but WWE just blocked. They're like, nope, you can't post this.
Yeah, it's crazy they own that music because it's just bloops and blops. Glips.
I
and they're
guess
like,
somebody's
"That's
getting paid
us."
off of it.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy Hart's old music. You know, like Jimmy Hart did like
Yeah.
all the intros for like wrestling music for a long time.
Yeah.
Does he got a check for that?
I don't know. Like, I wonder if there's any sort of royalty or something. He's like, just throw me $50. You know, like that seems
Yeah.
like the type of deal he had.
Well, I
with
mean,
those
I'm sure it's
people.
just like any other music publishing. You know, if he.
I imagine it's not because Vince is part of it. So it's like Vince
Yeah,
is probably
he owns
collecting some
everything.
sort of
Yeah.
thing
But that's usually why they tend to work with the same people, because then
because they're still suckers.
and he's
you know?
not paying. Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
paying. He's not
exactly.
paying a bunch of different people.
But for the amount of times he uses all that stuff, even sold their CDs.
Yeah. No, do
I
you
want
think?
to know how much of the cut
think-
he got off the CDs.
Do you think Jim
versus-
Johnston's? Anyone still has Jim Johnston music?
Yeah.
Who?
I mean,
The Rock.
yeah, The Undertaker.
Oh yeah, he wrote The Undertaker. Yeah.
I mean, if Stone Cold ever comes
'Cause then there's
out,
that-
Yeah, all the wrestlers. You know, wrestlers are still.
No, but like
Ric Flair's
RKO.
still in it. Like all these
But then,
guys.
like,
Randy Orton's still out there.
Then the new guys, they're gone too. But
Mhm.
a lot of their music's still in there.
Vince.
Obviously. So
Every time Vince comes to the ring,
Oh,
yeah.
every
Shane
time
O'Mac.
Shane comes in,
Yeah, exactly.
what? Not Batista, but I guess Test is gone. I don't know. I was trying to think of
Edge?
like all those people because I remember I have Edge now.
no,
yeah.
Edge is
Yeah.
a band wrote that. Like that's like from a
Uh,
just kind of like Triple H is like Motorhead. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Edge is a specific
But
band.
That's what
Jim
made me
Johnson
so
write
mad
that
about Ronda
song?
Rousey. She just picked like one of these like top freaking greatest hits of all time.
Yeah.
And that's now hers.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I also don't have a gimmick. I took Roddy Piper's, one of the greatest of all times. I took his gimmick. You're like,
Yeah.
what is
CM
happening?
Punk did that too.
Yeah, but
though.
that wasn't a popular song.
It was that band's most popular song.
Yeah, they're one hit wonder, and even
CM
though people
Punk?
didn't know Cult of Personality, like
I
that's
don't
like
know.
see, he doesn't even know.
yeah,
I
exactly.
missed everything with CM Punk though.
I only knew it because it was on Guitar Hero 3.
He seems like such
Good
a
song.
butthole.
I mean, yeah, he's famously a butthole.
Yeah, what's his problem? Why is everyone liking this guy? If he's a
I
butthole.
like buttholes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
He
like,
must have really made you sad when Kobe passed then, huh?
wait, why did he die butthole first?
No,
Am I gonna get in trouble now for saying this?
he had a
Yeah,
reputation
you're
for
gonna get
being
in
a little
Prickly?
ornery.
Yeah.
But I think that was just his career because he didn't smile a lot. But he was actually a sweetheart.
Competitor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
That's
he's
the
on the
thing.
court, he was ruthless.
Yeah.
He's Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Mamba mentality.
I
Which,
have no
you know,
bad interactions with him.
Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant and Gianna and all those people in the accident. It was a sad thing for all of us. But it was like also like I learned so much about Kobe that made me love him.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know any of that stuff. Like
know.
if you'd asked me the day before Kobe passed, like I'd be like, yeah, I don't know. I think he was like a jerk or something. Like
Yeah.
on the court.
I saw a video today of like, because he's a big Eagles fan. And it was like,
I saw that.
of like
yeah.
him watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl 2 years ago. And he's like holding his little baby and like how excited he was.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
like,
that was
oh,
the
man,
things
that's sweet.
You would see those things go viral. Like I remember seeing the clips of him and Gianna at the side of the games, and you're
Yeah.
like, that's adorable.
Yeah.
And then and then when he did pass, it's like, please say his daughter wasn't with him because it was
I
like
know.
the most adorable,
yeah.
constantly
I
going viral
posted
thing.
the thing on Instagram like everyone else did, just because it kind of rattled me that day. And
Yeah, I found out from you.
oh yeah, well
So did
it
I.
was sad, man. It was like a sad thing to happen, and I was like kind of rattled by it. So I was just looking for an image to post. I could find all these Kobe Bryant pictures, but literally every photo on the internet of that daughter, she's smiling ear to ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, what a sweet little girl. I was so sad. Where's my dog? Come here. I got a dog, everyone. Hey,
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, just
Jeff
the
Dye's
dog.
Friendship Podcast announcement, episode 95. His name is Bub. He's the greatest dog of all time, but he is a very stupid puppy who doesn't know anything yet.
Yeah, that's where his puppies start.
That's where
Yeah.
puppies started, ground zero.
Pat Moot said it good. I was like, I was talking to him. He's just like, yeah, he's a bunch of fire. He's got some fire in him, and he's dumb as a sack of puppies.
He's a whole sack of
Yeah,
puppies.
that's what he's.
When a
he's
Pat
like
Moot
Like
dog.
as we're speaking, he's chewing on a cable that leads to like a big, powerful light.
Yeah, so
He's,
if this
silly
podcast goes
dog.
out, it's
Well,
because
no,
Jeff's
see
dog
that,
is cute.
Yeah, that cable's actually powering everything we're using. So if that cable got chewed through, this podcast goes kaput.
The second worry is that Jeff starts then gnawing on the same exact
Yeah,
cable.
we start playing tug of war with our mouths. That's what we do every night, me and this pup.
I think this is what the podcast is going to be for a while. For
Is
probably
just
the next
watching the dog?
3 months or so.
You think so?
It's going to be like we're going to be talking about something, but then we're going to have to like shift focus to him
I
for a
know.
little
Is this
bit.
the
I'll try to
third?
make sure that doesn't happen because, it'd be good for us to spend an hour up here podcasting while he has to be in that kennel. I got to start spending some time putting him in that kennel for some period of time.
The only problem I foresee at the beginning, until he gets used to it, he's doing good, but he's gonna freak out a little bit in there because he misses you, you know. So The only issue I see is if we put him in there and then we leave, he's just gonna bark.
Yeah, but he's gonna learn.
So
That's only a
sure.
problem right now. Like,
Yeah, dude, when I was a baby and my mom would leave me in the kennel, I'd bark. But I learned to
Yes.
stop barking.
Yeah.
she'd be like, "You want the leash?
Yeah,
you want
she'd
me
be
to
like,
hit
you
you
want
with
the
the
kennel
leash?"
outside or inside? And you're like, inside, please, mom.
Hey, she drives a hard bargain then.
Yeah, but I learned.
Yeah.
So when you used to, I don't want to say where you work, just in case, you say some inappropriate stuff, and then they call your work.
And then they call my work.
Yeah, the listeners go.
It
"Hey,
happens. It happens.
I don't listen on anything, I think, where I work.
Smart
But
boy. But when you were at work, one of my favorite things you used to do, and I was going to ask if you still do it, is you used to listen to music, right?
yeah,
And then you would also play some redneck who shoots machine guns.
Iraqi veteran 8888.
Oh, great.
I'll shout out his YouTube.
Check
Dang
him
it.
out.
Yeah,
He's
Give
like
him
a
a sub,
veteran. I
give
just
him a
called him a
sub.
redneck. You call him, he's a
Well,
veteran.
he's probably proud redneck.
he's both, man.
Okay,
Like,
good.
yeah.
No disrespect.
Yeah, that's not
so
a derogatory
he would
thing
just his
for
whole
some
shtick on that YouTube channel
One
is
of
he
my favorites.
shoots guns until
Yeah,
it
love
gets
it.
so hot that the metal disfigures and you can't use it anymore.
Yeah, and it catches fire.
Yeah, but also isn't
So
that
there's a
really
lot where he's got a
dangerous?
flaming gun. Of course, it's a gun, Jeff.
I mean, dangerous for him.
it's a gun. It's fire. The gun jams. Oh, it's some of the best
And
when
he's
they
a
jam.
redneck. He's probably not using a lot
Exactly.
of safety measures.
Because there's like
And he's
those bullets
excited
might
by it, 'cause it's like-
explode in the gun too, right? Is
Because I
that a
started to
possibility?
really get to know
Especially if
these videos.
they're not firing out. I'm sure they could.
Yeah, I mean, it jams up.
And
Like,
then
they jam up because they know there's a thing
Oh,
happening. Like they try to make them so the bullet just doesn't hit another bullet. Come on, Tony. You know,
I don't
when
know
there's
how
too
it
much
works.
gas in the chamber and it's
Yeah,
all heating
so
up. And
You know too
sweet.
much.
What do
I've
you?
never-
Yeah,
I've
Yeah, I mean,
never-
not too much.
I've
You
never
know more
experienced
than
it.
us. We don't know anything.
I've never
Yeah.
experienced that.
I've watched enough of these videos on YouTube.
Wait, do you still do that?
I don't. So I got a promotion.
Right. So now you have
So
to
you're
be
on the straight
different.
and narrow now.
So I'm in a whole different building.
Right.
New
'Cause you
tax
used to
bracket.
really,
New people.
it used to really test the patience of the people around you.
Yeah. Well, and also like the clients would come in. So it was like those people would only be there for one day, and there's just me like listening to whatever like theme from a summer's place.
Yeah. Zelda.
Yeah, just whatever matches. Yeah.
Ooh, boy. This puppy's cooking up. Like, that's all it was.
Yeah, and they would hear, and they like mid sentence be like, "What are you listening to?"
What is that guy's a problem, right?
Yeah, exactly. Can we get the other guy to help us?
This is very confusing.
And I was like, "Yeah, let me go get him." There's too much gas in our chamber up here. If you could help out, but so now I don't see clients face to face, and it's just me and these 4 people, and they can't get shook.
That's great.
Not for me.
You've tried.
Yeah, but you know how hard it is to troll people that can't get shook?
Yeah.
I found this 10-hour YouTube video that said the sounds of Vietnam for studying. So it's
What
just
is
like
that?
helicopter noises.
Yeah, I think it's a joke because there's like all these videos called like lo-fi hip hop beats for relaxing and studying.
It's that. But
Oh,
this
yeah.
is
It's like rain, but then like soft like hip hop beats.
Okay.
So it's
yeah,
like it's calming.
exactly that. It's that.
But then it's a joke on that.
it's a joke on that because it's just sounds of war and chaos and
Yeah,
explosions
but I imagine
and
some
machine
veterans
guns.
might be like, actually, this does help me go to sleep.
Think the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't think some people would be like, this is what I went to bed, like I would I've dealt with it.
I'm sure it would give them nightmares.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I've never heard of a PTSD place also doing paintball.
The
what I'm
opposite,
saying. I
the
thought it would
opposite
be-
of PTSD.
They feel comfortable,
Yeah.
you know? Like
exactly.
like their loneliness is a
Yeah,
friend.
they're like,
you
what's the
know?
problem? It's like, my anxiety is just so low. I can't bring it up.
Yeah.
I'm barely afraid of death right now.
Yeah,
They're chasing that dragon, chasing
Yeah.
that adrenaline dragon.
yeah, maybe.
I love that.
I wouldn't know.
It's so funny to me. But I also would watch those videos just and kind of chuckle, but I wasn't pairing it with music.
Oh, no, you got to pair it with music.
You would just send it to me and I'd be like, look at this guy.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
We got to get him on the pod.
Oh, didn't we tweet him once?
I don't know.
I think I've definitely tweeted at him. And he always likes and talks back because he doesn't got many followers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your relationship with the people at your work reminds me of the podcast you recently started.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So
What's
the
it
podcast
called?
I started, it's called Putting Up with Aaron Marsh.
See, doesn't that sound exactly like he was been doing this for years at his
Oh,
work?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's pretty much what I do to Melissa
All
on
the
a regular
time.
basis.
Melissa
It's
is his
just
cousin,
record it.
who is the sweetest, nicest human you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
And yet Aaron treats her like she's scum of the earth.
I do
Comedically.
not treat
Yes,
her
you
like
do.
she's scum of the earth.
You do, but she knows that it's playful and that
Yes.
you love her. So you're treating her like the biggest piece of trash while you smile.
Now, here's the problem with what I think with
that
that
is true.
is that I'm never like, you piece of garbage, Melissa. Like, I would never.
You're just
It's
trolling.
just-
You're just trolling.
Just trolling. Just
Yeah, it's just
constantly trolling. Just Like,
Well, I mean, like, give us an example of some of the things you do, because I think it's pretty. I think I'm right.
okay, I can't. I've got to choose my words wisely,
Yeah.
which shows that you're already right.
Yeah, but she knows you love her, so it's perfect
Yeah.
because it's like it's harmless, but it's also like it's just so funny. Like I can't remember who was over one time, and then you said Melissa says hi, and then I go, oh, let's send her a picture, and then me and you just sent a photo flipping her off while we're smiling, and the person that was here was like, what was that? And you're like, oh, we love her. That's our cousin.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Cousin Melissa.
Yeah.
Well, you know, like the other day when she was just like, I don't love murderers because she listens to all this true crime bullshit.
Right.
And she's like, I'm not obsessed with the murderers. I'm obsessed with the victims and how they don't get their justice and they don't get to live out their lives. And I was like, name more victims than murderers, Melissa. And she's like, I hate you. You know,
You can't do it.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Ted Bundy. Name one of Ted Bundy's victims.
Yeah, exactly.
Some classmate of my aunt.
Doesn't count.
That's it.
Yeah, that's not her name.
They were in
That's
7th
not
grade.
her name.
They were in
Some
7th grade
classic.
together.
And the only reason you knew it is because you literally had a personal link to it.
I would challenge the people at the Museum of Death to name more.
Oh, yeah. But they're also, those people that run that place are a nightmare. And so they...
Odin Lloyd. That's the only one I know.
They
'Cause I just watched
probably-
the Aaron Hernandez one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I watched the Aaron Hernandez thing too.
That was a good doc.
It was a good doc.
Yeah, but those people at the Death Museum, don't go there, by the way. You might think, oh, this will be interesting, and I love murder and true crime. Or,
I love
hey,
murder.
this will be a fun thing for Halloween or something. Don't go to that place. It made me depressed for like 3 days, and I'm tough to depress.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally rattled by it. Like, this was the
See, I
worst.
didn't have that reaction.
I can't imagine you depressed.
I was in a funk, and me and the girl that I was dating at the time, it's like in 2008, like we just kind of stayed in, and we didn't.
You guys just got sad about the
chewing on
Museum of
your
Death?
jacket.
Yeah, because the first part was interesting, the second part's interesting, the third part's interesting. Then it slowly gets into like a little bit more like detailed images and things, and then the last room was just a television playing Faces of Death videos.
Yeah.
And that's what made us.
Oh, yeah, that's
that's
the hard
what
part.
did it.
Yeah.
Like just literally like two trucks driving in opposite directions while like rope is tied to a man's arms, you know, like so they're driving away and the guy's like arms fall off and it's just like
Where are they getting this footage?
from
Faces
like
of Death, dude.
Faces
know,
of Death
but
VHS
I
tape.
know,
Dude,
but,
send
like-
them in.
But I don't.
You didn't make one Faces of Death video.
No,
You're
but
telling
did you
me all
ever,
your friends from your childhood are alive and you didn't kill any of them.
Yeah.
Well, but
sick.
did you ever watch Faces of Death?
No,
video?
I know what I've heard about it or whatever,
Yeah.
but I just thought it was always like
Someone collected all
CCTV
that.
footage of like someone falling down an elevator shaft or
Some
something.
of it is. It goes
I
back
didn't-
and forth
Most
between.
of it's like German soldiers torturing people, or like it's mostly from different countries, and then like
Yeah, there
occasional
is
like
a lot.
a train hitting a guy or like
Ugh.
stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of like,
I have a stomach
this
ache
was
now just talking
Yeah,
about it.
done for,
American
like, crime
accidents,
reasons.
and then like a lot of like war
No,
torture.
no.
So, Aaron, me, I live down the street from the Museum of Death now.
Aaron, me.
So I walked on over in 2019, and all I was like, this is like visiting 4chan.
What's 4chan?
It's just a completely anonymous website where you can
Okay.
go. It's like, it's for the trolls to go
Okay.
troll each other, and they just troll each other to death.
It's like the
Troll.
dark web.
Troll fest.
Yeah, exactly. And so when I was just there, I was like, yeah, I could download all of these gross pictures. I don't need to come to a museum where they printed them off of an inkjet.
That's all it is. And also, but I
Yeah.
also
And you
didn't.
paid to go to it.
I didn't
Yeah, it was
enjoy
like
the
20
vibe
bucks.
of the people. The man flirted with my girlfriend so aggressively and just kind of ignored me.
What kind of person do you have to be to work there too?
That's the thing. And
Oh
they
my
collect all
God.
that stuff. And like, they're also like, this sounds rude, so forgive me. They look like a homeless person who just got a house. You know, like kind of like, all right, they have a home, but also like,
Well, you got to be some
They got
kind
some
of fucked
problems.
up to work there.
I would say they look like people that just pierce people in their house. You know, like they just.
yeah, like tattoo artists and pierce
Yeah.
people who run like,
don't-
have like, they rent a double wide.
Yeah, like they can't even
don't have
get
a
along.
license.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
they
have a
can't get along
license.
with any sort of authority, so they can't hold a job.
They're
so
using
they got to
pencil
do their own
lead
thing.
for
She wears the
tattoos.
same hoodie for like the last 6 months. It's got just cat hair all over it. Like
Ugh.
that's the kind of lady and guy this was. And they were rude. They were rude to everyone except my
Well,
hot girlfriend who he
They
flirted with.
love death.
Yeah, they're bad people.
They're not
Mhm.
going
And
to be
hot chicks.
pleasant.
This is an anti-endorsement. No advertisement for this episode, except just don't go to the Death Museum.
Yeah.
I mean, also, you should just not go places with these hot girlfriends.
Well, yeah, that's partially on me. I got
That's a
rid of her. Don't
problem.
worry.
Yeah, there we go.
I
That's
took care of
That's
that.
a
mean-
problem.
Yeah, no, if you didn't get rid of her, I would have been like, oh, you mean your wife?
It was a while ago.
Yeah, exactly.
I just hated that place. I can't. Wait. So you said you didn't mind it though?
No, because had access to the internet for so long, and we're post bum fights and all these other things. You're like, yes, I've seen
and you're
this.
the type of vile piece of shit I imagine going there. So I'm sure I'm not surprised that you're not. You're not.
I was just looking around like, anybody want to bum fight me right now? What is?
Do you know who Ed Bassmaster is?
Yeah.
No, but I'm about to.
Oh, you're gonna love him.
He's great.
He's very, very, very good. Shout out to Ed Bassmaster. He's this great guy who just does like prank YouTube videos.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: he has like 9 million uploaded, and I would say 8.9 million of them are home runs. There's gonna be some stinkers, but like for the most part, it's all just really, really funny. He does all these different characters, just pranking people and messing with people, and he does these elaborate characters. But one of them is he just walks around like this, like in this, because he's very weird looking. Forgive me, but he wears like this like big like multicolored sweater.
He's got like a mullet.
Is it the guy with the Thanos glove we used to send
No,
videos?
that's a different guy. That's Ricky Berwick.
Okay.
But like Ed Bassmaster goes to these fancy museums. One of his characters is just like this really like cocky guy, and he keeps like his Oakleys on. And he's like very ugly, and he just walks with his arms this wide, and he'll just go up to like a painting, like other people are like observing and looking at it, and he's just like. And then people will just be like annoyed because it's like a quiet museum.
Yeah.
And they're just like, sucks. I can do this garbage.
Yeah.
And then like walk to a different painting and just go, psh. Like it's so simple and so funny.
He went to like Venice Beach.
I think my mom married that guy.
The guy's the best.
People are working out, at Muscle Beach out there, and he's just like walking to these huge dudes, like watching them bench press, just like,
Yeah. It's so
like,
good.
dude, you're gonna get fucking.
He should do
mollywopped.
that at the Museum of Death.
Dude,
that'd
way,
be great.
Yeah, like I picture you doing that in the Museum of Death, just going to like, psh, saw that on the internet, psh, saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so funny.
I was there. It's not the way it happened. I'm like, wait, what? You were there? Oh, we're taking a dog break. What is it? What's in the mouth?
Nothing. It just when he starts facing that way, that's when I. That's
He
when
starts
I think,
looking at those cables. He wants to eat them up. Hey, here's a good one. We'll talk about this, a little round circle question while I pick them up. What you had pets growing up?
Yeah, a lot of them.
A lot.
So
Let's talk about this.
my mom's a weirdo, right?
Right.
And so we would get pets, and then every
What's her
year
name?
or so, her name, I'm not giving that out. No, I'll shout out the Iraqi veteran who deserves it, but not my mom. And that's adorable.
fuck you, Aaron's mom. That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Whoa. That was Tony, not Aaron.
I
Right? Come on.
Oh no, the old fist bump going back.
Come on, man.
So,
Come on, man. Yeah.
I wish people could have seen that fist bump.
Well, they could
They
almost. see
will.
it.
No, they can watch
So
the video.
she liked a lot of pets in the house.
But every year or so, they
Only girl
disappear.
pets.
No, they disappear. We probably had 25 pets. I could think of maybe one or two that lasted more than 2 or 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, and I talked to her
who's
about it as
murdering
an
these
adult,
pets?
where you're just like, hey, what happened with all of them? They couldn't have possibly all run away. Like I was like, were you just driving to the desert, dropping them off and coming back?
Yeah, what'd she say?
I mean, she said no, but
Would she just get tired of them
the
or something, or
numbers,
they would run
the numbers
away?
go to show that
Aaron.
something's happening.
Tell me this. Did you want to live there?
Wait, at my mom's house?
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
left.
Well,
Maybe those were pets were like,
pets were like, fuck this. I'm
they're
out.
like, this is our chance. She left the
Hey.
screen door open.
Get
Oh,
out of
I wish. I hope.
here.
I
You get out
I
of here.
sincerely hope. But she loved having a lot of pets.
Yeah.
She liked babies.
What kind of pets?
So it would be puppies, kittens. There was ferrets for a while. There was
Ferrets?
birds.
Ferrets are the worst pet. They smell bad. They're very cute.
That's why
If
they
you're a
gotta
ferret
go.
owner, I get why you like it because they're so stinking cute. But they smell bad. They don't
Yeah.
play or anything. You just kind of hold them and then keep them in a cage. It's like having like a big tube sock full of
Yeah.
rice. It's like there's no reason to own that thing, man. It's so weird.
Yeah, no, the
Yeah.
weaselly factor really wears off after 20 minutes and a good whiff.
Yeah,
You're like,
they're
I
the
don't care that it's a
smelliest.
weasel anymore.
I always felt that way when I had friends that had like hamsters and like
Oh,
guinea
yeah.
pig. I'm like,
yeah, I remember
why?
hamsters. I remember.
It's like, do you want to hold him? No.
I know.
We
Just
had
so
a
he could
rat.
shit in my hand.
One of my
Like,
friends,
what-
one of my best friends growing
the
up
fuck?
had a iguana. I didn't even know he had it for years.
Like,
And then I went into his room and I've
Whoa.
been in his room 1,000 times, but I was like, wait, what is this like giant contraption? And he's like, oh, that's my iguana. I was like, what? And then I was looking for it.
I've
And
been
he's like,
sleeping in this room?
He's like moving wood to try to get it to come out. Like we
Yeah.
couldn't see it at all. It was like a tiny thing. And then I think I saw it once, and he like never played with it or anything. He just had a kind of a prisoner iguana.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
because they're not
He had a
good
beard.
pets.
Right.
Get a dog.
Yeah, one of the problems with like an iguana is they live for like 20, 25 years.
Really?
Yeah.
My best.
Yeah, well, he's pretty famous at like getting bad pets, and if he's probably gonna listen to this, and his wife, who I love, Casey and Michael, they're great people.
Would you call the wife a bad pet?
No, she's great.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, they've got great dogs. Like, they've hit home runs on all their dogs. But then he gets, like, sugar gliders and an iguana. And he's like,
Sugar
dude,
glider?
Yeah,
My brother's got a
although
huge
your brother and his
sugar glider.
girlfriend, yeah.
What?
Yeah, my brother didn't realize his sugar glider is unusually huge because he only had one and he doesn't have any other sugar gliders
They, like,
to reference
smuggled it into our comedy show in Arizona. Like, it was, like, in her shirt.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I was like, what is that? Why is her breast making weird noise?
Well, yeah, because I gave her a hug and she's like, watch out, like Ziggy's in my shirt. And I was like, you have to show Jeff. And I was like making her wait by the side of the stage, like, Jeff, look, she's got
I didn't know that
she's
was
got
a
a critter.
pet. I didn't know that was on the list
It's
of pets.
weird. Yeah, you could just
Yeah,
get
it's a cool
anything,
pet.
technically.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
get anything you want.
Oh, so he
What
took it
happens
to a
is
sugar
once
glider
it kills
club.
someone or you, then they come around with paperwork and fines.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But I bet you could go get a rhino and just like let it live in your house, and
Dude,
until
Mike Tyson
shit
had
gets
a
fucked
tiger.
up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what happens.
My best friend, his little sister is like, I want to get a bird, and his parents like, I'm not gonna get her a bird. She's like crying. I was like, do not get her a bird. You're gonna get her a bird. She's gonna sit with it for 30 minutes, and then it's gonna sit in a cage in your
Forever.
house for years.
It's a horrible pet.
And they're like, no, she's gonna
Or you
play
just
with
get
it,
a
take
cat and let it eat the
Yep,
bird.
got a bird, played with it a half hour, sat in the house, and then when it died, gave my best friend a very traumatic experience because he like watched this bird die in the cage.
God.
Then he had to like deal with it. Like, you know, he's like, what? I don't know what to do. Like he watched it
Yeah.
have like a heart attack, and it was just like,
Was it like
Gosh.
grabbing its chest
Yeah,
with its
yeah,
claw? And it
yeah.
was like, oh, you know what to do to help me, right? My EpiPen. My EpiPen.
Grab my insulin pump.
yeah. That's funny because my best friend is diabetic too. So
Wait, it's funny is that I always just wanted a dog, and my parents were like, "We'll get a small one or like a cat." It was never the dog I wanted. It was always like some crappy like little Shih Tzu, and we were like, "It's all right." And then finally, I kind of got attached to one of the dogs that I was like, "All right, this dog's great." And then it just went missing, and my dad's like,
mom was
"Yeah,
probably in
we don't
town.
know what happened." So I was like, "All right, well, I finally care about something. I'm gonna go look for this dog." I'm like asking everyone, I'm making stupid posters on the family computer. I'm going around posting. I'm asking people. Weeks later, my dad thought that I would give up looking for this dog. He sat me down and goes, "Yeah, we had to put him down." I was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, "I don't know. Like we just, we thought you'd be sad." I was like, "Yeah." But I thought like
I'm
he
also
was
sad that he ran away.
Yeah.
I thought he was living.
Yeah.
You guys made an executive decision to like take him to the. It was awful.
Okay. We used to find because we used to live next to each other. We like
Does it
most.
find Jeff's dogs?
That's what I'm saying. Most of our
Probably
dogs
found
that
it.
we got were strays.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, what kind of dog did you lose? Maybe I would have. Maybe
No,
it ended
they
up in
didn't.
my home.
I thought it was lost. He
Yeah.
was put down.
Yeah.
A funny thing happened this weekend in Key West. I was in Key West with Dave Williamson. Great time. We're sitting at this bar, and one of the guys we're with, whose name is Jolly, by the way, very strange. He tied a
he a
dog
hippie?
up south. No, he's a white guy. I don't know. It's his dad's name, and that dad's like everybody in his whole family was named Jolly. So he's like John Jolly the Fifth or something.
Okay.
So, I see. Oh, so he's tied his dog up at the front of the bar. Goes out to check on his dog, and it's gone. It's been stolen. Somebody had evidently. Oh, I'll tell you that part. So then everyone's panicking. Like, what happened to this dog? Where's this dog? It's a really small town, so like, there's millions of tourists, but not a lot of locals. So people knew this dog, and people knew who it belonged to. Also, the man's named Jolly. Pretty easy to figure out. And so a crackhead guy comes up on a bike like 35, 40 minutes later and goes, "Your dog's been spotted down at the Laguna." And so then he's like, jumps on this like furry crackhead guy's bike. They go down. Evidently, it's a drag bar. They go to this drag bar. A gay guy saw the dog tied up and was like, "You don't do that to a dog." Untied the dog and kept it, and then started lecturing him like, "No, it's my dog now. You left it just tied up in front." He had already renamed the dog.
Oh, no.
That's not how
That's
that
not
works.
how dog owning works.
No.
I
That's
own him.
theft.
That's my dog now.
That's what, and the guy was like all sassy. He's like,
That's
you
my dog."
obviously don't care about dogs. You're such a selfish owner. You would leave him just tied up. Then you don't deserve a dog. You don't get a dog." And it's like, no, that's definitely not how this
I
works.
can't wait until you go to yoga one day and then you come home And I'm like, this is Simba now.
Nope.
You left.
You can't rename
Dude,
him.
you left.
I left my own house.
It's my dog now.
Wait, and then he took the dog down to a bar, though.
What's that? Yeah, that guy took it, but I think he took it
It's like,
into the
look
bar.
how happy the dog is in the bar, and he's like at the bar with drinks. Like
Did they do the-
bright
did they
blue
do the,
thing.
The dog has like a mascara on
Yeah,
and
did
like
they
a
do the
big
Air Bud
beehive
thing?
wig.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
do the Air Bud thing where now they went outside, opposite ends of the street, put the dog in the middle, and
Oh
then,
God,
come here, bud.
Was that the end of Air Bud?
Come here, buddy. And then the other one is like,
I don't know.
come here, Beyonce, or whatever he named her. And named
Beyonce.
it. And then it goes to the one, and that's who they decided. Yeah,
That's
remember? Because it was
literally my
that
friend's
old clown
dog's name.
guy in Air Bud. He was like, that's my dog.
I never saw Air Bud.
Oh,
I have
yeah.
to believe
So it's
every
like,
word
yeah,
you say
so it's
about
like an old clown guy used to own the dog, and he was abusive to the dog. And then the new family got him, and he's killer at basketball. And so now he wants his dog back because he's like, oh, I can make money off of this.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
You know?
literally the plot of Monkey Trouble.
So he's
Also,
like,
should we give a spoiler alert if
nah,
you're gonna tell
hey, if you haven't seen Air
Yeah.
Bud at this point,
when did it come out? Maybe wrong.
I don't know, 95, something like that.
Okay.
I'll give you a fun little Air Bud fact
And
when
so
you're done.
they're calling him, buddy, come here. And then he gets a newspaper out. He's like, come here. And he whacks it. And Air Bud remembers that as bad. So he like runs over there. And you're like, oh no, he's going to choose the clown. But really, he just rips the newspaper out of his hands.
Ooh, victory.
Then
And
goes
then
back
Air Bud
to the
took
Got a
Hit
little
the
bit of
guy with
religion.
Then goes back to
It'll be great if the clown guy was like, I told you, and then just puts a collar on him real quick and then leaves.
Yeah.
I told you to come to me.
No, he
Yeah,
just
exactly.
ripped the thing
Isn't
out of
that
his
the life
hand and
story
like,
of
knocked him
LeBron
over.
James? He got really good at basketball, and then his dad showed up, and his
Yeah.
dad was all
That's
shitty.
like the
Yeah, and then
Blindside.
LeBron ripped the newspaper up out of his
Yeah.
thing with his mouth.
Yeah. It was like him on the front page. He won the high school championship.
Well, what's funny is that's a Simpsons gag. Is they do a thing where they're like Bart thinks Maggie loves him more, and Lisa thinks Maggie loves him
I
more.
remember that.
And they're like, "All right, Maggie, come here. Like whoever she comes to, that's who she likes the most."
Yeah.
And then Maggie goes and hugs the TV.
When did that come out?
Way
Oh,
before
the
Air Bud.
80s.
Really?
Yeah, definitely before. But still, like
That's funny.
Yeah, but that's a funnier ending too. Is that Maggie chooses the TV?
Yeah.
Very true. Wait, what's your Air Bud factoid?
The dog that played Air Bud is the same dog that played Comet in Full House.
Full House.
Same
Oh,
dog.
nice.
Very successful dog.
Dog's a star.
He died before Air Bud came out.
Oh.
He never got to know the world as a superstar.
You know, I was always wondering how they got that dog to dunk.
Oh, dude, because he was practicing in the backyard at Full House.
Crazy.
Steroids, dude.
But no, I never saw him on Full
True.
House do anything athletic.
No, I just hit
Dude,
his
how many
spots.
episodes of Full House did you watch?
All of them.
All of them, but I don't remember any.
He had
I
sisters.
saw every episode. It was part of TGIF, man.
Yeah.
I watched all of them
I'm
as an
pretty sure
adult.
there's times where he might have like ran in and like jumped over the couch or something. You're
No.
I feel like he always just had like some streaking part.
Well, yeah.
He was either streaking through or he was just like sitting. And like it was always like the little girls were just chasing him, and that's
Yeah.
he's like leading them, you know.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, I guess the family has a dog.
It was all
Yeah.
blocking, and then they stopped using the dog, so there was no point to him.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Also, the dog then died.
Oh no! So my buddy Kenny, he's a camera guy for like all these great shows. I met him on Better Late Than Never. Great camera operator guy, very fun, good friend. He has a dog that they'll just literally they've put them in like 20 movies, maybe not 20, but they've put in a bunch of movies.
What?
And the way it works is like Kenny gets paid. Right, the dogs don't
Sure.
get a paycheck, and then also they train the dog. So they'll take the dog for like a week and a half. They'll give Kenny like a couple grand, and then the dog will come back so behaviorally better. I was like, how do I sign Bub up for that?
Yeah.
Because I'm
Oh
on the
my
road.
God.
If you want to borrow Bub for a week and a half and like teach him how to do all these tricks, that's worth it. And then I get to watch a movie with Bub in it.
Dude, it's very so the last commercial I did, I had to work with a dog.
Mhm.
And it was crazy. They had like 2 trainers on hand at all times. They made like every
What
like
was the last commercial you were in?
it was an Uber commercial.
What Uber lets a dog in?
Well,
Yeah,
we were
no,
like
the
on a
Uber
pl-
dog was
we-
driving.
Yeah. That'd have been a great commercial. I would have loved that. No, we were on a plane.
5 stars.
We were on a plane, and it was like some old lady's like support dog. Like that was supposed to be the gimmick. But they're like standing there, and like they would feed her treats like every like 20 seconds.
Sure.
Like, anytime she did anything.
That's
like,
the only
all
way to like train a dog.
right, yeah, like all right,
Mhm.
you know, I forget what they would call it. Like they'd say
Feeding?
blank her, like
Spotter.
award her or something.
Yeah.
Some term.
A warder?
Yeah, but there was like 5 dogs.
That's what he couldn't remember. Award
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, no, that's not it. But there was like 5 dogs there that day, and then they like picked which one they
Oh,
wanted.
really? Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty. I told Ken, is like when he gets old enough, I definitely want to look into that because imagine someone taking your dog for a week, and when it comes back, it knows how to like heel, it knows how to like turn a corner, it knows how like it will definitely know to like sit and stay.
Yeah,
and all
if
those
you put a
different
little
things.
red marker on your
And
living room,
it
it'll
paid
go right
your
to
rent
it.
that
It
month.
knows its marks, and then also they like
you get a check.
They go, yeah, here's some money for
Yeah,
it. Thank
yeah.
you so much. Because the thing is, like, people pay thousands of dollars for you to train their dog.
Yeah.
And then I also get to like, he'll probably have a quicker rising career than me. Like he's in like 10 movies.
He's a
and,
good
like,
looking dog.
Yeah.
I know. That's another reason, because he's a purebred. So they're going to be like, yeah, that's a good dog.
Good looking dog, dude.
I'm also going to keep him groomed in a unique way.
He could be
Mohawk.
like a family's.
Nope.
He could be like a family's dog on a sitcom for 7 years.
Oh, that'd be great.
Run through the kitchen.
Love it.
Reboot Airbud.
Yeah.
I want him to have a shaved head on the top and then just like long on the sides like a house dad.
Oh yeah, that sounds great.
A skullet.
Like everyone's boss in
Really
90s
long on the
sitcoms.
Hogan. Like
Yeah.
like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but no,
Yeah.
Hogan's looks too cool. I want it kind of short, like a Costanza.
I've never heard anyone call Hulk Hogan's haircut
Like-
cool.
That's
This is
how
the
much
first.
I love Hogan.
Yeah, you're
like
like
Bill Murray's
looked
brother.
Who else is pulling off a
Brian Bill
bandana
Murray.
like that?
Yeah.
50 years of pulling off a bandana.
Oh, who's pulling off a bandana that long?
Yeah,
the
besides
lesbian
Bret
community.
Michaels and Hulk Hogan.
Oh god, I saw a funny meme about
Oh,
Hogan
bikers?
yesterday.
Dog the bounty hunter, probably.
Yeah, he's not pulling it off.
No, Seagal.
Seagal doesn't wear them all the time, does he?
I don't know.
Steve Van Zandt, the guitar player for, I think it's for Bruce Springsteen. He wears a bandana all the time.
I like it. I'm into it.
Steven Tyler's
I wore it
Mike
for a little
stand.
while.
Yeah, Steven Tyler's mic
I
stand.
think in 2001,
sure.
2002, I wore a bandana like every day.
Really?
Yeah, I would like literally, I would put it on, like tie it over like this, and then tie it in the back, and then my hair would like spike up
Oh,
behind it.
what
It was
color?
like, I mixed it up, white sometimes, blue
dude.
sometimes.
Don't worry,
Well,
that's
because I was
dangerous.
working at like a Young Life camp, so I was like,
Dangerous.
this is a cool
Oh,
look.
that was back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to keep a blue flag hanging out your backside
Yeah,
here.
there's
No,
no
not
gangs
LA.
at Wild Horse Canyon in Antelope, Oregon. They chased him out with Rush Niche,
What's Rush Niche?
this cult.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't know this either?
No, I don't know about Rush Niche.
Oh my gosh. There's
I
a
don't know what your
documentary
Oregon Colts.
called Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West.
No, Wild Wild Country.
No, it's
Wild
not.
Wild West.
Yeah, Will Smith does the whole soundtrack.
No, it's Wild Wild Country, I think. Anyways, you should watch it. It's on Netflix.
Wild Wild
It's
Country.
fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Wild
Yes, I get it.
Sorry, I just
I
like that
can't
song.
clear that. Okay, so
Yeah, now this whole
you
episode's
think my
getting
s-
pulled.
You think my singing was just perfect enough? They're gonna think that's the actual song.
that is how I think of it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
sing
Yeah,
very good.
Thank you.
You did a really good job of being the alien in that music video.
That's Men in Black, dude.
Comment below if you guys have any, or send us messages. If you guys have any like recommendations on how I could get my dog into these movies and all that stuff.
And other songs you want me to sing.
No, don't
No.
do that. And then other things that I also like would help with dog training, that kind of stuff. I need all that shit, man. I don't know how to do this. It's hard having a puppy.
Yeah, shouldn't there be videos on YouTube to how to train a dog?
Yeah, I like it when they send it to me.
And here's the thing, though. Like you sent me a couple of videos over the weekend, and it's like they're kind of smug about it. Like, oh, look how easy this is. All you do is this. All you
Oh,
do
no,
is
They
this.
say, I don't think they're smug about it.
Some of them, I'm just
My
like,
boy Zach.
I'm just
Let's
like-
look him up. Let's give him a shout out.
What does Zach do? Dog training?
Yeah, and he's got like 1,000 videos on YouTube, and he's awesome. He's really positive.
Is it possible to train
the
cats?
puppy's doing it fast because it's a 6-minute YouTube video. But he's like, he's even going, you got to do this over and over and over.
Yeah.
Actually, some of the things he said like made me go, oh, red flag. Because
Yeah.
like, sometimes it could take some dogs 8 months to learn this, and I was like, oh, 8 months. It's been 2 days, and
wasn't the
Tony's
red
ready to
flag I
move
thought.
out. I don't know if I can do.
Also, with the red flag of like, wait, hold on. What did I tell you? You're embarrassing me in front of all of YouTube. Okay,
Well-
let's try this again one more time. Isn't that right?
The dog keeps
Give me a
getting
new
more and
dog.
more rattled.
Get this
Yeah,
dog
exactly.
out of here. Get the second one in.
Let's find this guy's name because he's really good. I thought he was awesome.
Well, I bet they're using trained dogs too.
See, my girlfriend's got
Because I
two
just want to
cats.
show a cute puppy.
Yeah. Look how easy it is to crate train your dog. And
Yeah.
it's just like the dog just goes in there and it's like, all right, you can come out. And he's like, nope, dog just wants to stay. He's like, oh,
I've
look, see,
thought
it
about
worked.
looking up these things.
It worked.
His
I
name
wanna see if I
is
can teach the
Zach
cats
George, and I want to give you a
Zach
big
George?
shout out because your videos have helped me. Tony didn't like them.
Do you know this guy?
Evidently, no, but he's
Oh, okay.
good.
No,
Yeah,
they're good.
Just gonna give him a nice thing.
They're
good.
effective, you know,
They're
because he's
good.
just going. He seems to love dogs so much that it's like,
Yeah, I wasn't specifically talking. There's like articles and stuff too that like,
Ugh.
people are just like,
people are. Hey,
Fuck off.
let's talk about that.
Yeah, people.
No, like the comments since getting a dog are pretty annoying.
Oh, really?
Oh, most people very nice and positive and sweet. Like if you're just writing like, oh, he's so cute, stuff like that, that's fine.
Mhm.
Here's what I don't like. A lot of comments like, yeah, he better be a rescue, or is that a rescue?
God.
Is that a rescue? Are you crate training? Who's gonna watch him when you're gone? Oh, like I didn't think of any of these things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Well, I'm glad this stranger commented on my Instagram. What will I do when I'm on the road? Like, it's like everyone's like so worrisome about the dog in a very judgmental way.
He's vegan.
He's not a rescue. And I've had 2 rescues. So I've had 3 dogs, and 2 of the 3 were rescues. And those 2 had so many problems. We would go to the vet every month, have some weird disease, or parvo, or kennel cough. And literally the dog, like, when I got him, he was like in a rain jacket, like jerking off. And like, this dog, the 1 out of 3 dogs I've ever had that I didn't go through the, rescue process, he's really smart, and he seems to have his shit together, and he's not wild and crazy.
He's already in community college.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy. He's got a job down at the PetSmart.
Yeah, majoring in journalism.
Yeah, he's a service dog in training already.
He's doing great.
He's fluent in German and Spanish.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
And that's the problem is we don't speak that.
He uses condoms.
Training would be much easier if I could just tell him in German to sit.
That'd be great.
But I can't.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, hey, sit. And he's like, I don't know what the fuck
know
you're
sit.
You think
I don't know what the
dogs
fuck you're talking
naturally
about.
speak German?
No, but he does.
He's not a German Shepherd.
Yeah, but he's...
Yeah.
Is he from Germany?
Probably.
I actually do love that Hitler
Probably.
I like that Hitler had German Shepherds. That's perfect. That's so on brand.
Yeah, he had to.
Well, what else would he have?
Well, he's Austrian. Maybe there's some
he's
Australian Shepherd or something.
Bub is definitely not German.
Austrian Shepherd.
Yeah, exactly.
Bub's definitely not German because over the weekend I watched Jojo Rabbit.
And he did not like it.
And he watches TV.
Yeah.
And anytime Sam Rockwell would show up on TV, who's a Nazi in that film, he would just start barking like
He's
crazy.
got good instincts.
Yeah, he's on the right
that's
side of
good.
history.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that animals watch TV. I got my girlfriend's cats to watch TV.
Really?
Yeah, I Googled or YouTubed cat TV, and all these cat channels showed up. And so now they watch videos of squirrels and birds, and
Oh,
they'll
I
just
like
sit
that.
there and they will just go nuts. And I learned that the cat makes a noise when it wants to attack a thing.
Really?
Yeah, it goes, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and so it'll sit there and make this
I
noise.
believed him until you did the noise.
No, I'll send you a video of the cat doing the noise. It's awesome.
It better.
It sounded like he was going to
Proceed and
drop some
attack.
great good cat facts on us. Like, and they actually make a little noise right before they attack. What is it? It's like, I've
you think
never
it
heard
was-
that in my life.
what- do you think it
That's
was
why
gonna
you gotta
be?
see the video.
Did you think it was gonna be swoop?
No, I thought it'd be like,
They're like swoop and then they attack.
you know,
What
like
do you
some
think?
sort of like low
No,
like,
it's
thing.
not. No, it's not. Because I thought the same thing. I'm like, you're gonna let if there was a real bird in the house, you'd tell them you're coming now.
Yeah,
You
you
gotta-
get. It's like when cops chase bad guys and they put the sirens on. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's one of
exactly.
those things.
Yeah. Sneak up.
Turn your
Sneak
lights
up.
off. Yeah, drive in the side streets.
But
nice
now
and slow.
the cat will watch all TV with me, like
Nice.
just waiting for a bird to show
all
up.
TV.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'll sit there and watch like basketball games with me and stuff, and then look at me every now and then, like, meow, like maybe
Here's
a
something
squirrel video.
also that's interesting. So
Rocco's Modern Life.
here's something that bothers me about getting this new dog because he's very cute, right? We can agree,
Sure.
even if he's the
Yeah.
worst dog in the world, he's a very good-looking dog.
Yeah, it's very attractive.
So I put him on my Instagram, and people have responded positively to this good-looking dog. However, I'm getting tons of messages that are like, Bub's got to get his own Instagram. Oh, that dog should have his own Instagram. What? You know what you're saying? Hey, man, is there a way we can go directly to Bub? We don't want Jeff Dye in this.
Yeah.
Like,
Someone said that to me too.
They
It's not even
wanted-
my dog.
that's ridiculous.
I know.
It's literally them saying, I'm like, can't you just come to my account?
Yeah.
Come to my account. My dog will be on my account. That's where you
No.
get. But no, they got to find. That'd be like a girl you have a crush on being like, hey, Jeff, I'm just calling real quick. Do you have Tony's number? I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's so rude. I like you. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, but Tony, I would like to hang out with Tony directly.
Sorry.
Don't go through me if you want to hang out through Tony directly. It drives
but
me
it's a
crazy.
step weirder because it's like Tony can talk back to that person.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dog would be like, if
Hey,
you're
you
like,
know all those jokes and shit? We
Don't need it.
Don't need it.
All these other posts you're doing, ugh. But maybe if I could just get Bub.
You know that
You know?
that fucking podcast you do? All
Yeah.
those, we don't
well, yeah,
need
no, it'd
those.
be like Jim Henson's wife wanted to only speak to Kermit. And it would be like, but yeah, but didn't you come here because you like me? And like, I did, and then I met
No,
Kermit.
it'd be,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
It'd be even worse.
Jim.
No. Even worse
Yeah.
than that. It'd be her just wanting to talk to Kermit through email.
Yeah,
That's what it would be like. It just,
Yeah, so I was
can
just-
I have
I was-
Kermit's email address? Like,
really hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
I was like,
you're like,
wait a
it
minute,
should
what do you
still be
mean
me.
you want just Bub? I've had him for 2 days and you're already ready to check out on my account and go over to Bub's?
Yeah.
That is
I think
so rude.
you should. That's it. Ban Bub from the IG.
Well, I've done a kind of a selfish thing that probably won't last forever if you're a follower and you're hearing
I
this.
like this.
But I've only posted photos of me with him instead of just him alone.
How's this? You want to see pictures of Bub? You got to go to the Patreon. Just
Oh,
post
yeah.
them on the Patreon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's not bad.
We'll start giving a lot of Bub on the page.
Yeah.
Can we give him funny haircuts? Like,
by
I
the
want to
way-
give him a mustache. Everything else shaved. Just
Well,
the mustache.
Do you know if dog hair paint or like hairspray, you know, like the colored paint that you can put on dogs?
Sure.
Yeah.
Does that work on his color, or is it more of like a blonde dog thing?
It's a racial
only-
question.
Yeah,
I've only seen it on white dogs.
me too.
I've only seen it on white dogs, but I mean, if it's a darker color than whatever color dog you have.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
Maybe we'll go down to like a women's march or a parade or something. He needs to look the part. Gay parade.
Yeah.
You know, I want him to look all painted up.
Is
Rainbow
he gonna
tail.
put little words on them?
Rainbow
Yeah.
tail, yeah.
Something that
Like
says I
bad
love
bitch.
I love dick or something. Or some kind of thing for the
Sure,
dog.
yeah.
It's got to fit in.
Yeah.
That's not true. My dog is
Wait.
he's too young to be any sort of sexuality. He's 13 weeks. He doesn't know if
You
he's
should,
gay
stop
or
you
straight.
should stop saying
boy or
he,
girl.
because
It's
that's
definitely
not
a
fair.
boy.
That's not. You don't know that.
The
I
Bob makes the
believe
choice.
in biological markers. I'm not going to ask my dog what gender roles he feels more comfortable with. It's annoying. He's a boy, but I'm open to him being gay or straight, whatever he wants.
Okay, but if that dog doesn't hump anything, that's a girl.
Asexual.
Yeah.
If that dog doesn't want to ever have sex, it's my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Reincarnate.
Boom. And then you got to get rid of her.
Boom. I'm going to take him with me on the road this weekend for the first time. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, that sounds like a problem.
Are
Are you going to do that a lot?
Well, I think that it's unfair to leave a puppy with all my friends for any amount of time because he's just so bad at like.
I've
you
met
know.
your friends. That's true.
Also, he's very needy of me, which I
Yeah.
selfishly love. Like I really
It
like.
happened,
yeah.
and it happened quick.
I know.
It happened like right away.
Which I
Which
think it's
city?
because we'll tell that story. Well, he's from Indianapolis, by the way. That's just to answer you guys' question. You said like, is he German? Is he from Germany? Whatever. He would, but I'm not raising him a Colts fan.
He's from
gonna
the
be
Midwest.
Thank you.
Yeah, Midwest. He has no idea where he's from. So
He's a big fan of Reggie Miller, and we'll let that slide.
But he's
Yeah,
like, hey,
who isn't?
Jeff, you should book in Bonkers, wherever the hell that club's called. in
Yeah.
Indiana.
Come to Crackers.
That's it.
No, bub, you've never been there. Trust me, you don't want to. Well, the thing is that he was from a breeder in Indianapolis, which I'd love to give a shout out to them because they were fantastic. I mean, they were literally like the best. And because he was too young to come, or too young to come to come with me, they shipped him out to me when he was old enough. But sorry, I'm a little distracted. So basically, the breeder got him to the airport on time, put him in a kennel. He'd never been
Yeah.
in a kennel. So he's already like a little rattled. Like, where's my mom? Where's my brothers and sisters? Why is it strangers are handling me? And then putting me in the bottom of a plane. Pretty traumatizing.
Yeah.
But then he missed his connection somehow. They just didn't get him to the other plane in time. So he had to spend the whole day in Texas. And then the next day, they got him on
Did someone
a flight.
feed the dog or
They,
give the
like,
dog
I guess
water?
they like popped some food in there and stuff. But like, it's way too long for him to be in a
And
crate.
we don't even know if that's true, unfortunately.
Yeah, we don't know if they walked him or if they like
Yeah.
pet him or anything. They could have just treated him like luggage. And so I was very, very annoyed by that. And then when I finally got him, they said when he lands, like someone will take him out of the crate and walk him around, just make sure he pees or something, and then put him back in the crate so I can get him. When I showed up, he was just sitting in the crate, zip tied. The door was zip tied shut. And all the women that worked there were like, "Is that your puppy?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's going on?" I was told that like you guys would take him out, and they're like, "We can't touch him." And I was like, "What do you mean you can't touch him? Like he's not
Yeah.
gonna hurt him." She's like, "No, that's you. He had an accident too." And he's just covered in piss and shit because he's pooped and peed in the crate.
Yeah,
and
for
I
like
think
2
that's why the
days.
connection happened so quickly is because
You saved him.
I just wanted him out of there.
Yeah.
I didn't give a shit about my clothes. Like, we can wash my clothes. And also, I've been waiting for this dog, so I was kind of excited just to see him and hold him. But I took him out of the crate. I picked him up, and I just, like, hugged him like a baby. And I think that's what he's remembering. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy,
He saved
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
he's the one who pulled. So I think anyone that had pulled him out of that crate and, like, got him cleaned up or whatever, like, would have been, like, who he's like linked to. I kind of felt like it was like Baby Yoda when Mando comes and
yeah.
saves him, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, now I'm loyal to this guy." Like
Yeah.
so, but he's a sweet boy. But I'm gonna take him with me to McCurdy's this weekend in Sarasota, Florida. Also, get tickets quick. That's selling out. But I figured I'm only doing shows at night, so I'll be able to spend the entire morning
Oh, totally.
tonight with the puppy, wherever we go, whatever we do. I'm bringing Jeff Z with me, Jeff
Nice.
Zenisek, so we'll have plenty of time with the dog. Go to a park, play catch. He'll love that. And then during showtime, I'll either have him in the green room where Jeff or somebody can like sit with him. and then probably at night just put him in his kennel and go drink.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's easy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever
That's way
Jesse
better.
talks.
Because you're gonna be, you're gonna be
I love puppy.
Yeah, fuck. Dude,
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, fucking right, dude.
Dude, guess what? Do you know what my favorite thing to do is? Throw shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what dogs like to do? Get shit that people throw.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's exactly what it's.
And guess what my second favorite thing is? Puppies.
Yeah.
That's totally a Jeff Z. I'm excited though. It's gonna be fun. And
Well,
also,
Yogi hates the beach.
does he hate the beach?
Yeah, I love it because I went to San Diego with him, and I was just like, "Dude, we can go to the beach." And he's like, "I hate the beach,
Yeah,
dude."
fucking hate the
and I was
beach.
like, "You look like the beach."
Oh yeah, and he also
Yeah.
looks like I mean, this.
He was probably born on the beach, so he probably hates it.
This is. I don't know if this is fair to say, but he looks like he doesn't hate anything.
Yeah, it's true.
No, exactly. And he was like, "I know it's a real bummer. Everyone gets all bummed out by that, but it's like you just go there and
He
then
might hate
people."
women, actually. Now that I'm thinking about our conversations,
Oh my god.
you should have heard him on this podcast. He's been on what 3 episodes?
Yeah.
Each time he's just going down
He
a
loves
wormhole.
drawing dicks.
Yeah, dude, he's the greatest.
That's
Yeah.
that much.
Oh, that clip was great. We should repost that clip soon. Wait, so who are you got any guests lined up for your podcast, or who's it gonna be?
I mean, the first episode is my girlfriend Vanya,
Yeah,
and I immediately in the first 30 seconds asked her to talk about the miscarriage she just had,
which
a
is
couple months
amazing.
ago.
Yeah, it's literally this is the first 30 seconds of Aaron's podcast, which is so perfectly.
Yeah, I'm just like, "Hey
Aaron Marsh."
Vanya, pick up the microphone.
goes,
Let's talk about your miscarriage."
Hey Vanya, you're the first guest. Pick up the microphone, baby. Tell everyone about your miscarriage. Like, I mean, that's the
Yeah.
first 30 seconds. How
Hey,
great is
hey,
that?
And here's the thing. You're gonna know if people are a fan or not. 30 seconds in.
Oh yeah,
You're the greatest.
It's good.
Boom.
You're not
I
gonna
recommend it.
You're not gonna do the siren song where people are like, oh, this is nice and informative, and then it's like, hey, talk about your miscarriage. Then they're like, whoa.
Why?
Yeah,
And then
no,
they're
we
out.
start there.
Well,
No,
I was
you
going to
start
say
there.
this
That's
in
good.
the intro, but I'll just say it now. Like, I believe that you're the funniest person that I know. Like, your text, I'll just read your text and like giggle and giggle. And whether that translates to a podcast or stand up or whatever it is, like I giggle all day at the things you write. But we talked about this on episode 1 of this podcast. That's what you were. You sat
Yeah.
here and you know, there's going to be some stuff.
Yeah.
There's going to be some things where you go, what was that? You're like, it's a joke, and it's a great joke, and it's funny, and you've never been afraid to like go there. But I can't imagine a whole podcast of that. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited
Release the Kraken. I'm so excited
The
about
new
it.
Seattle
How do they
team?
find it?
It's gonna be on iTunes,
Yeah.
and then I'm actually gonna put up a website.
Okay.
I haven't had a website the entire time we're doing.
Yeah,
comedy.
man. Well, people should go. How can they subscribe now?
What day does this come out?
Tomorrow.
They can subscribe in a week.
Perfect. 1 week
Right.
from today.
Yeah, 1 week from now.
Nice.
And then
I'm
it'll
so
be up.
excited.
We're gonna try to get Jeff Dye on next
I'll
time
be
he's
on. Yeah,
available.
I want to record this week so that I'm whatever episode, whatever that fits into your calendar. But
Sweet.
we can
and of
definitely
course
do
you
it
have
this
some
week.
Melissa. You're gonna watch me troll Melissa a little bit.
No, it's gonna be great. Melissa is a sweetheart, but she's so fun.
That's
to
what makes her a
mess
fun target, right?
with.
Yeah,
And
she
she's so
seems to
sweet.
love
She's
it.
so
She
nice.
doesn't care.
Nah,
Yeah,
she's the best.
Yeah,
I think
watch.
she
She's
would
gonna-
care.
Yeah, she would have cried already if it was a real problem.
Or if it was a real person, like, you know, it wasn't like just
She's
us.
a real person.
No, I mean us. Like,
Oh, yeah,
if
yeah.
it-
Someone else doing
Yeah, if it was
that.
like a stranger said any of the things we said, she'd be like, fuck that guy. But like,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. And fuck that guy if they ever said that to her.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
beat the
but-
shit out of him.
Thank you, Tony.
Sweet
I will.
Melissa.
Oh, there we go.
There it is. The half shield.
I'll give
is
you one of
back.
those.
We should look and reach out to All Things Comedy.
The half
Have you,
shield.
have you on the label?
Oh, that'd be awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
I'll send them the first
Uh,
episode.
Yeah, they'd love it. I'll just recommend it. They'll say okay.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so let's talk a little bit about this. And if you don't feel comfortable, then you're a pussy. Ari Shaffir said a
I have no problem talking about Ari Shaffir.
okay, had a lengthy post
Yeah.
after Kobe Bryant had passed.
Yes.
Now here's the thing. I'm gonna get it so I don't misquote it.
Yeah, we want it verbatim.
I want everyone
Okay.
to know, and I bet a lot of people might not be aware of it. But what had happened was Kobe. It got announced on TMZ that Kobe had died in a helicopter crash, and there's 9 other bodies.
Yeah, he
there.
posted this early.
And well, here's the other thing, is that he posted right away trolling Kobe Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing that is telling is that it happened at 10:30. That's when it was officially announced.
Yeah.
It was announced by 11:30 that his daughter was inside.
Yeah.
There were still rumors that maybe all of his daughters were in it. He posted at noon, 12:03 p.m.
Oh. Okay.
Kobe Bryant, this is a quote, Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with rape because all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike rape. Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. Hashtag fuck the Lakers. So that's a garbage post.
Yeah.
That was a
It's a
tweet.
garbage post. I love Ari Shaffir. I'll defend him tooth and nail when he's making jokes that didn't feel like a joke. Kind of felt like just a weird rant, like a victory lap of death, like a celebrating someone's death.
Yeah.
So I don't know where I feel. I'm right in the middle. I agree that that's a bad post, and I always defend comedians and jokes. But also, this one doesn't feel like a joke.
No, because where's the punchline?
Yeah, I don't get the joke. You know, and I heard a lot of good jokes that day about Kobe's death. And
That's a rough sentence to say, but I know.
I heard good ones.
I agree.
I heard some just silly pokes, and that's what we're supposed to do as comedians is bring light to a sadness or a sad day. And that was not one of them. That was like a dog shit rant that I didn't really like.
We shared a couple jokes about Kobe, and then you sent me that. You're like, hey, did you see this? And we're both like, yeah, thumbs down. What is he thinking? And then he had all day to take it down and chose not to.
He doubled down.
He doubled down.
He
on it.
made a
doubled down.
video later saying like, so to prove that he wasn't hacked.
Yeah.
The other thing that I found interesting was, it should be noted, when I said I heard good ones, they might have just been between me and my pals. The internet is public. So like you got to know that like when you make a public thing, the public is going to have an opinion about it, and the public might be pissed off, and there's public consequences. There's a reason I might text something that's like a little racial to you, knowing that you know my heart and you know I'm not racist, and you'll say, "Oh, that's kind of funny." Whereas like if I text or if I tweet a racist joke, the public doesn't know my heart. The public doesn't know I'm not racist. They might think like this guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's another part that's like weird. It's like, why is he so surprised that the public thought this was?
Yeah. No, there's definitely some of that. Because also, I send you like tweets all the time of like, I know I can't actually tweet this.
Right. And I do that back.
Exactly.
Edgy
and that's
things.
just because it's like we both know that that's a part of our grieving process of anything.
Sure.
And that's, I believe, a lot of comics have that in their grieving process. Hence, they're like, they get it from their darkness. But at no point in some of these like things, you're just like, I need to tweet everything I ever think.
Right.
Or especially like that
Also,
came
that's
from
a
a
good part
hateful
of
place.
friendship is that you can trust a friend that like, he's,
I just didn't see. I didn't see the point of it. Like, what's the point? Is that to sell tickets? Is that to gain more followers? Because it was never going to do that.
I know.
Because he wanted
know
to
what I
show
mean?
that he was the most evil of it.
So like, I don't understand what the point of it was besides straight malice.
Yeah, when I first
Like,
read it, my actual
like,
response.
I can't say that was a joke because I feel like someone would say a joke about this because there would be people be like, okay, that was funny. I want to, maybe I want to follow this guy.
But he's attacking Hollywood in it too, so it's almost like he's
But it was just straight
double dared
malice.
them.
Yeah, I didn't
to
like it at all.
Keep him going.
But
So in 30 days, one
It's-
comic admitted to rape because he thought it would be a funny story. Whether it was true or not true, he said it wasn't true. And
Yes.
whether it was true or untrue, he told a story of him raping a woman because he thought it would be funny.
Yes.
And then say, I was joking and I just made that up. I thought it would be funny. Well, I don't see the punchline in that either.
Yeah.
And so twice I got in a really uncomfortable situation of thinking like, do I defend these guys on Twitter? Do I defend these guys? Do I criticize these guys on Twitter? And I was in a real tug of war of like, why have people decide to pile on and gang up on Ari, and then they let Brad Williams get away with admitting to a rape, whether he did or didn't do it? And then like I felt very conflicted. I stayed silent on everything because, like you had said, it's like, you don't have a dog in these fights. Like it's nothing good will come of it.
Yeah.
But it is worth discussing, like, where is the line? Like, where do you draw it? And I say, any joke goes. If you want to make a joke that is racist, if you want to make a joke about the Holocaust, you want to make a joke making fun of white people, or you want to make a joke, I will defend every single joke. But I'm not going to defend everything a comedian does.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's gotten blurred into in these last 30 days.
Cosby's really proven that you
Right.
don't. Yeah, I mean,
And you're right, but it's gotten blurred in these last 30 days of like, oh no, you have to defend it because he's a comedian. No, his jokes I defend, not him admitting to raping a woman. Like I can't defend that.
Yeah.
I can't stand by that. Like that's very different than a bit he does on Comedy Central or something that's like poking fun at dwarfs or something. Like that's totally, I don't know. It's It felt very weird. That was a weird thing to happen in the last 30 days.
Yeah.
It was weird, and it was interesting because you're like watching career
God,
suicide.
it's been like it's been like the last 2 weeks.
yeah. Out of a person whose career I looked up
crazy.
to.
Me too. I love Ari. And also, like, I also didn't realize till Kobe passed how many people I know who know Kobe. I think I know like 100 people who are friends with and or had a lot of interactions with Kobe professionally. So it's like I watch people I love really, really kind of like one woman hasn't even replied to my text. Like she's so rattled by it. She hasn't tweeted since. I mean, it's like a really
It's just
Freddie Prinze Jr. literally was supposed to come to my house for the Royal Rumble and then just goes, I can't, man. I'm gonna spend the day with my kids. Like I mean, like it shook the nation. It really rattled LA.
Yeah.
And then there's about 100 people on my phone who are mourning the death of a friend. So like when I read Ari writing that, I'm like, God, fuck, man, what are you doing?
And I just don't understand. Like, you've had 20 years to air this grievance you have with this man. You now you're taking shots after he
always
died.
made jokes
You know
about
what I mean?
people when they died, but it wasn't that, which is not
Evil.
a joke.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, they weren't jokes.
Yeah.
I didn't hear any jokes in that.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. You go, what was the spin? What was the positive spin on it?
Right. A good example is Anthony Jeselnik famously writes jokes right after people die. That's like how he gets like a little bit of traffic. Like everyone knows. So let's go to Anthony Jeselnik's page to see what he said about so-and-so's passing. That was a famous thing. And but let's go to Anthony Jeselnik's page. Look at all this. It's always jokes.
Yeah, it's
It's
jokes.
always jokes. It's not him going, I'm glad he's dead.
Yeah.
This finally happened. You're like, this was more of Ari thinking he could get a statement across of shaming rape.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah.
It felt like he wanted to go, look at how good I am, that I'm defending, I'm saying that rape is bad.
And we all saw posts that day of the same ilk. But I never saw, his was the only one that I was like, I'm glad he died. He died 23 years too late. Is like, holy God, my man. Like, what are you?
I don't like it.
Because, it's not just the 100 people you know. Like, it seemed like every father-daughter relationship is feeling it.
Oh, of course. Well, and also just like the idea of like, it reminds us of our mortality. Like, no celebrity, so I don't know how to word this. Nobody that famous this young has died in like 30 years.
It's been a long time.
Like, so we've lost very famous people and we've lost young people, but no one, like no star that bright that was also young that it just felt too early. Even people that might have hated Kobe will go, that's too soon. Like, like just.
Well, I've never been a Lakers fan my whole life. But, and, like, so at the same time, I was like, did I root for him as a player? Not really, because he was so good and kept winning all over my teams. But was I ever mad at him as an individual? Of course not.
No.
Yeah. And of course, like when you told me it was like shocking, I sat there at Google, like just refreshing until the story popped up.
It's crazy.
Because you're just like, oh my God, what is going on?
It's very
and then
weird.
living in this city, the city still feels like they're in a memorial.
He was like basically like a people appointed mayor of our town. Like not like a fan appointed. Like he belonged to like the people. It was weird. It was really sad.
He was this city's, like all the kids who grew up in this city. I mean, you can look at all the NBA players who come from LA, who it just affects a little differently. People who grew up watching, like he might be the reason they picked up a basketball.
Absolutely. Yeah, one person on SportsCenter, and this could be just a young person trying to get on TV because there was a lot of that. But he claimed that Kobe was his first word. He's like, ask my dad. Kobe was my first word. And I was like, that is insane.
That's crazy.
Because his parents are like huge Laker fans. And so like they would just say it a bunch like
rattles off.
It's so weird. Anyways, we love you, Cobes. We miss you. It's so sad. You've really changed kind of the town for a little while on him. And you're a great guy. I read a lot of great stuff about him. Makes me happy. So anyways, what else you want to promote? You want to plug anything else?
Yeah, I want to promote my Venmo. I feel like it goes unnoticed.
Yo, find me on PayPal.
Yeah, exactly. Guys,
Yo, follow me on Venmo.
Dude,
Aaron M. Marsh.
Yeah.
Twitter, Instagram, Venmo. Don't just choose one.
Yeah, come on,
three.
go all three, dude. I take money on all three of
Come
those.
on, buy me lunch. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Buy me lunch.
We do love it. I mean,
If you send me enough for lunch, I will send you a picture of that lunch.
Yeah.
You will know what happens to
next
that
time
money.
we have you on, let's talk about The Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear your take on it because you're my
I love
biggest
it so
Star
much.
Wars fan. However, everyone loves this. People that don't even like Star Wars love Mandalorian.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you also love it, but also like it'd be interesting to hear your take on like did Jon Favreau kind of nail the Star Wars universe, or did he make it so good that it's now hard to watch the other Star Wars universe?
He pointed out some of the mistakes. I think, he did a really good job of bringing all these other weird little things.
I went back and watched Solo, and I thought I loved Solo. And after watching Mandalorian and putting Solo back on, I was kind of like, ugh. But it's still good. I still love Solo. No disrespect, but like I just think Mandalorian kind of felt more rigid. It felt more.
Solo would have been a better movie if it wasn't Han Solo.
This is what Mandalorian did.
That's
so
what Mandalorian
right,
proved. We don't
every
need it
Star
to
Wars
be
thing tried to hold on to the past so much. And they're like,
Well, I mean,
no, but look at you. You love Luke Skywalker,
Yeah,
and you love
Mandalorian-
Han Solo,
to be
and you're
fair-
Chewbacca, and this one's just like...
To be fair, Mandalorian's
They're not here.
doing that a little bit too. I mean, there's Baby Yoda. Like,
yeah, but it's not Yoda.
Exactly. That's what
But
I mean.
that's the whole thing,
Like,
is
we
it's
could
like,
have had
we're
we could
in
have
their
had
world.
a shady bounty hunter, or I mean, what's Han Solo? Not a bounty hunter.
He's a smuggler.
Smuggler, yeah. It could have just been a different smuggler, and it could have been a fun movie. But since I'm like, it's supposed to be Han Solo, and then that's supposed to be Lando, and
Yeah, that's the
it
thing.
just
It's like,
muddied it
imagine
up
if
a little bit.
This baseball year, they only talked about baseball from 40 years ago.
Mhm.
You're like, no,
Yeah.
let's play this season.
Right.
And Mandalorian's like, no, we're playing this season.
That's
Yeah.
what wrestling's been really good about, actually, is like creating different, like I showed Tony the Royal Rumble from like
1990.
1990.
The Ric Flair one?
And it was
Hogan
funny to
won.
watch Tony watch that, because when we watched wrestling as kids, it
Yeah.
was for kids.
Yeah.
But when Tony watched wrestling as a kid, it was pretty much for adults, and it was
Yeah,
very
yeah.
salacious for like teenagers and things,
Yeah.
not for 8-year-olds. We were watching a kids show.
Yeah.
And then it grew up with us.
Yes.
As we
Yeah.
got older, it got like, because even in 2001, I'm in high school, and they're basically targeting me as a high schooler.
Yeah,
And then as I got like into an adult, now they started targeting me as an adult. So like I've kind of always been their perfect mark.
I've noticed that going to wrestling shows again
Yeah.
is like when I was a kid, everyone was like my age.
Yeah.
And then when I went as an adult, I'm like, I'm going to see a bunch of kids. And it was
Yeah.
everyone was my age.
Yeah, that's great. But it was funny to watch Tony watch like the Junkyard Dog, or like what's the guy's
Cocoa Beware and stuff.
Bushwhackers.
Yeah,
I
like-
love the Bushwhackers.
Which, like, I'm familiar with that era, obviously, just as being a big
Yeah.
fan of wrestling, and but like not sitting down and actually watching, like,
Yeah, the matches are like playing one of the video games where they like
it's
so
regularly doing
and it's just
those.
like it's
When
just like
all
the
the, like,
promos they
promos were
cut, like
so
they're
bad.
all
Oh,
just
I
they
know.
have to scream to get their character across,
Yeah.
and
And it's like the worst improv you've ever
and you
seen.
really
you can
notice-
tell they don't have anything planned.
And then now,
No.
I wonder,
CTE.
Jake the Snake gets, he gets all these props for being like, oh, he was different. Well, he was just the only one that wasn't yelling.
Yeah.
So it's effective, but was it good? We would never know.
And for that time
You know?
period, genius.
Yeah,
It'd
exactly.
be like in like the 30s if they're like, one of the baseball players doesn't drink. And they're like, what? And it gave him like a competitive edge the
Yeah.
next day because he's not all hungover and shit. But like
Yeah.
that little difference is so
Huge
different for that
difference.
time period.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, look at Jim Hacksaw Duggan. He didn't like, I think for like 15 years, he never showed his regular face. It was just always like,
It had
like he's always like doing like
Yeah.
some
no theme
squinted up
music.
face.
No theme music for
Ugh.
him.
So
It
bad.
was weird.
But anyways, love you, buddy. I'm glad you're on the podcast as a guest.
Thank you for having me.
Go
Yeah.
follow Putting Up with Aaron Marsh on iTunes. 1 week from
Coming
today.
soon.
Mark your calendars. We'll plug it next week also. But this weekend, I will be in Sarasota, Florida. Come see me at McCurdy's. I think there's shows Friday, Saturday, one show Sunday. Come to the shows. Come meet my dog. Come meet Jeff Zanasek, who's my bigger human dog. And yeah.
Just don't take him to the beach.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah. I love the beach.
What?
No.
Friendship.
How about that? What an episode. Hey, big thank you to Aaron Michael Marsh for coming on the podcast. I don't like calling him Aaron Michael Marsh, because we're friends. I like calling him Aaron Marsh or Marsh, but that is his comedy name, Aaron Michael Marsh, because some little butthole that makes punk music used the same name as Aaron. And so Aaron has to go by Aaron Michael Marsh, or else people will find him on the Google. And they both do shows. So that's confusing. Everyone starts coming to the musicians' shows. Like, this isn't the comedy I wanted. Or Aaron doing comedy, and they're like, we wanted music. So, he's Aaron Michael Marsh. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Consider subscribing to our Patreon. It's patreon.com/JeffDye. It's free tickets to all the comedy shows. You get to watch every episode, and you get to text and message me directly. So if you want to sign up for that, go to Patreon. We would love to have you over there. Otherwise, enjoy. We'll see you next week on episode 96.